What's happening, y'all? JR Raymond back again, coming to you from my recliner, where we're going to break down the Clearwater tournament, the PWBA tournament, but we're just going to do game one to start. Maybe we'll go through each game all the way through the event. But we're going to break down the event and the games of these players, just for fun. Why not? I mean, we don't talk enough about the women bowlers. So let's talk about the women bowlers. Let's bring them on here and let's see what they've got. And we'll discuss their ball choices and lane play and all that good jazz. So let's give it a go. Let's give it a watch. This match we've got Verity Crawley and Bryanna Cote in match number one. So let's see how we got.
Verity Crawley!
Both bowlers
And
with
in honor
Storm.
of the Jubilee, she is wearing the British flag for Bournemouth, England.
Verity from England.
And she wears the Union Jack with great
Surprising
pride.
to
She's
see
very
she only
excited,
has one
actually, about
title.
the weekend.
She does it really well.
I watched some of that Jubilee. It was
She's in a
very
pitch
exciting.
blue, which is again surprising.
All right, now I've been here for 2 days, Carolyn. I haven't seen that yet.
Well, it's,
I haven't watched this, so this is
I'm
kind of
not laughing.
surprising to me.
I just got
Watching
done
8-10 like that, that's
to a meal, and we talked about how many 7-10s were left during the week. Was
Yikes.
really the hit once you went light.
turn
Very
the volume
unusual.
down.
Very unusual for Verity to leave an 8-10. That's more of a relief for me.
Huh.
Going- Rolling it and going up the back of it as much, but she is trying to stay up the back of it a little bit to control that pocket. And she made an interesting comment to the ball rep before she started. She said, "When you see this ball starting to quit."
All right, so not the
tell
start
me
you
that
want.
she's staying
I mean, what are you going to do? All you can do is kind of chuckle about that. But that's an example we could talk about hand position.
Gentlemen, please welcome our number 4 seed from Tucson, Arizona.
Something we talked about the other
Bryanna
day with the
Cote.
elbow and the hand, getting to the inside.
Back-to-back
And a lot of these
jazz
women
for Bryanna. She was in
are
the
real
Minnesota,
good
didn't
at
have
getting
the
their hand to the
results
top side of the
before,
ball.
but Shannon O'Keefe swept up the ladder to pick up title number 15, a significant title in PWBA history.
We'll see
Bryanna looking for
Bryanna using the RSTX2 from
reigning player of the
Roto
year.
Grip. Cleaner cover. You can definitely see her hand on top of it.
And that's how they played it when they struck right there.
This is one thing you'll always notice about the girls is they're always smiling
And we want
after
to
a
mention
shot.
any player who rolls a 300
Like after they
game
strike,
during
it's always
today's
just walking back with a
receive
big smile.
$10,000 bonus courtesy of Go Bowling.
You'll see that with the guys. The guys are like,
Visit
"Oh,
GoBowling.com to find out local bowling
I'm
centers,
pumped.
tips, and the
I'm
pros.
ready to
All
go.
the latest news and information about your favorite
I'm gonna kick
sport.
your ass."
Bowling, and we do have 2 bowlers
Bottle
on our
bitch.
show who had 300s. Bryanna, of course, Clemmer, and Verity had a 300 game as well.
All right. So here's 2 different balls. Are they on 2 different patterns? See, I don't even know what we're bowling on here. That's the thing. I should go into a IQ Emerald now on the left lane.
You never know.
And a different ball on the left-hand lane.
So it's not a different pattern because that was a similar shape. But obviously she's seeing something different on that left-hand side where she needs something a little bit
Left lane,
cleaner.
she's using a ball that's a lot cleaner than the ball she's using on the right lane, getting it way further right, as you can see, getting it out to the 3 board.
Yeah, I don't think
Nice
she quite
smooth
meant to
motion
get it out
back
there,
to the
but
pocket,
the fact that she
coming
got
in
that one
light,
back
low in
is...
the rack. Great
that's good
look
news for her.
this week, doing that, coming in light,
So Verity's
just
sticking
low
with
in the
that
rack
pitch
to
blue. Again,
Verity also gets
if
a
you were to
silver
freeze
reaction
frame
on
her
the right-hand
release,
lane.
her hand is directly on top of the ball.
This is what you saw as,
See if
as they were
Oh,
trying
that's actually a
to
good
move.
spot. I might be able to back that up just a pinch to get you to see where her hand is there. Look at that. Look how high on top of the ball it is. If I can get this out of the way. Look at that. This is what I'm talking about with a lot of... And even though she creates rev rate, she creates the rev rate because you can see her thumbs out of it, but her fingers are still in the ball. So this is what happens. And she's notorious for throwing the ball with her shoulder. So she's got a lot of left to right movement with her shoulders instead of the front to back. You need more front to back, not left to right. Now, albeit, I'm not in her position. She's adapting her game based on what she sees out there. And she's been fairly successful doing it. She's one of the better PWBA players out on tour. And she creates a little bit of rev rate, but and the little bit of rev rate she does create is what keeps her competitive. Because I do feel like her hand position could be a lot better. I mean, being on top of the ball like that, especially with urethane, if you drew a straight line across there with the ball, straight line across the center, her fingers are well above that equator. Now, and I don't want anybody to take this as if I'm like, bagging on her or anything. I'm not. I'm just saying, here's the areas where she could definitely improve.
As they were trying to move,
but this is how she gets her ball to hook down lane. She does a good job. And that is something you do to get your ball to curve more down lane. But I feel like she would need to get her hand under it a little bit more to the inside to create a little bit even more power, because she creates quite a bit of power for what she does. So that one looked like she was actually under it a little bit better.
Almost looked like a replay.
Certainly didn't look like a replay, dude. But see if I can't. Oh crap! I don't know how to get that there. Just let this play and see if I can pause it in the right spot. Slow it down, maybe. All right, so from here. Yeah, so this one you can definitely see, compared to that last one that came in light, get out of the way thing. Compared to the last one that came in light, you can see the difference in her hand position. She's got it much lower. She's closer to the equator on this ball than she was on the right lane. That's why this one picked up just a little bit more. But again, still, look at her left shoulder. She hasn't even released the ball yet, and her left shoulder's behind her, which is forcing her right shoulder to go forward, which is a reason why her hand gets to the top side so much. If she were to quiet the left shoulder down a little bit, it would make it easier for her to keep her hand up underneath the ball, and she would get some great ball reaction out of this pitch blue. But that one still was a lot better than the one on the right lane.
Verity is using the same ball on both lanes. She's using urethane. She wants to
There's
stay
that smile
as far
again.
right
I
as
struck. I'm
possible.
smiling.
Again, I mentioned she's getting her
Cookie?
hand behind it, underneath
cookie?
it, just
Brownie?
a little bit more to control the pocket, rolls, and
You don't really ever
I
see
wanna
guys
say
eating on
rolls and
TV either.
lays and just blows the pocket.
Dang.
Cote fourth last week. Twin Cities
And believe it or not, I mean,
last title.
both of these girls,
2021 was the
they don't throw it much
ITRC Classic.
different. They're real similar, hand position wise and everything. If hopefully they show
Well, that's dead
a replay.
fly.
I don't know if they're going to. If not, I'm backing this up so you can see it.
Playing a little bit deeper on this right lane.
Yeah, here we go. I'm gonna pause this. Hopefully,
Gets that ball nicely into the swing, but look at the leverage right there. I love the chin over the knee. Right there, she's loading up and gets through it. And I'm going to tell you, that you did
I
not
gotta back
see
it
that
up to get there.
a bit deeper on this right lane.
All right, so now I can back it up. See, same type of thing, but her fingers are a little bit closer to the equator. But again, she's on the top side of the ball, and this is where she's got the same shoulder thing. Look how far back her shoulder is as well. They love I mean, I don't know if it's the coaches in college and all that that's taught these types of techniques and stuff, or what. Maybe I'm off on all this. I don't think I am, because I've noticed a lot of this with a lot of male bowlers as well, with where their hand gets and why they struggle to create enough power. Not that these girls are not creating enough power for what they're bowling on, but it's a major reason why you just don't see the massive rev rates on the PWBA tour. You just don't see it. So again, it's a lot to do with just her fingers getting to the top side of the ball. Her thumb doesn't quite get out as quick as Verity, so I'm betting that Verity's rev rate is a little bit higher than what Bryanna's is. Is that her name, Bryanna Cote? I think so. I already forgot. But anyway, go ahead and watch this through again. I mean, that's good ball reaction.
The ball just erased the 8 of the 9.
Playing a little bit deeper on this right lane. gets that ball nicely into the swing. But look at the leverage right there. I love the chin over the knee. Right there, she's loading up and gets through it. And I'm going to tell you, that you did not see that many years ago when she first started, but she went down to 14 pounds, and that has allowed her to create so much more power at the end and get through it. And it's made such a difference.
See, and I'm not a big proponent of, you know, I don't believe rev rate and all that is created with strength. I mean, strength helps, but it's not the biggest thing. You don't have to have massive wrist strength. You don't have to have huge forearms. You don't need any of that. I mean, look at EJ Tackett. He creates tons of power, and he's smaller than
as you could see, that had about the 8-9 board where she
some
was
of these
getting it
girls that are out
to the
here.
3. There is no buildup in the middle part of the lane. That's where we talked about with the oil pattern. As they moved to the left, you still had to get the ball to
I don't know. What do you guys think? Comment below. Let me know what you guys think of these two ladies.
Was created.
I think they throw it good. I'm not picking on them. I'm just pointing out some things I think that could be improved upon. All of them are obviously really good spare shooters.
Some great PWBA gear. Visit the official online store of the PWBA at shoppwba.com.
And my laundry's done. All kinds of stuff going on right now.
So Crawley off a double.
Verity Crawley off a double with that pitch blue.
Did not make the cut in Minnesota, surprisingly, after a good start.
That's better.
Well, that's not her best shot,
Not the
Caroline.
right ball. I don't know that I agree with using urethane.
Just expect to be good every week.
I wonder if it was
We were talking about that earlier. I
play to try to
expect
change
see
the
her in
lanes a
top
little
10
bit.
every week. Right here, she did not get that ball as far right. But with urethane, as you know, as that oil tends to change and lanes go through the transition, going to have to make a move. And honestly, when you're using the urethane, what the ladies liked to do was they actually like to move right and stay on top of it and either have to throw it harder, which allowed them still to control the pocket.
She drew a mixture yesterday and told us that she really wasn't sure how she was going to start the show, and she had to see what practice looked like.
Yeah, she's getting out of the urethane now. Just going to a hustle
Now,
PBR.
according to Matt McNeil, the ball rep for Storm Products, he says the left lane, both ladies have the left lane hooking a little bit earlier. So that's that difference in, you know, the ball for Bryanna.
Right.
The ball, one ball on the left lane, one ball on the right lane. But as you can see, ball change here for Verity.
Yeah, that's a lot better ball reaction. I think she could have got away with staying with the urethane on that left lane, since it was reading a little bit better.
It's going to be clean enough, but still read that middle part of the lane right here. Gets it back out to that 3-4 board. You can see it.
5-6.
Still has maybe just a little bit too much back end. I still like the getting underneath it just a little bit to tame down that back end until another transition.
Carolyn talking about getting underneath it. That's her A game. She's dead up the back and pointing the corner.
Eastern joins CBS Sports Network for the fastest
good at
growing sport taking America by storm. Of course, it's the 2022 Major League Pickleball Finals. 48 players, 12 teams competing. See who takes home big cash prizes in Dreamland. Pickleball's huge for Ireland. Bryanna Cote, 23-pin lead as we're getting to that middle part of this opening match. The winner to take on Jordan Richard. Gotta go. It did.
I thought that would flat
I
time.
love that ball, and that's a step down from earlier, which is an RST2, which is a great, it gets clear. It's an asymmetrical ball, so it's going to read that pattern and be very smooth on the back, but continue with that cover. And I love how she's playing the lanes. We saw a couple of the ladies that are on Storm staff using this ball, and it gave them a great look.
Yeah, I'm going to leave that one alone.
She opened with 3 in a row, 8 spare in the 4th, so she hasn't missed on this lane yet.
There's a lot of things that some of these commentators and stuff, especially on the guy side, say that make me scratch my head.
So that was a much better shot than the last one in that lane.
Great shot, but you can see definitely that angle down lane, perfect.
So Bryanna Cote with a 33-pin lead over Verity Crawley in our opening match. The winner will be taking on Jordan Richard, who will be standing by to talk to Carolyn and I when we return to... But right now, Bryanna Cote with 5 strikes in 6 frames has earned her 33-pin lead.
It's almost identical.
I like that. I'm surprised.
Another great shot by Verity.
You can see in her head she's sitting there. She's like, what in the hell? Come on, man.
Definitely playing the lanes the way we need to, getting it out to that 3-4 board, and she.
I think that's the right ball.
Behind
She's
it.
got to
I
make a
think
small
this
move.
ball is just a little bit too much on the back. It's reading the end of the pattern just a little bit too much. So a few things. Remember we talked about ball speed. The ladies talked about using their ball speed to their advantage this week. She can throw it a little bit harder, or again, she may have to go to a ball that rolls even a little earlier and is even smoother.
No, or she can just move a little left. She's tilting it up enough. She can get that ball to go through the pins. You can see the reaction down lane. It's reading the middle and it's going down lane just fine. If she moved left in flat 10s, that's an issue.
TV show tonight that can really throw it hard.
But with her hand being on top of it, that will create a little bit better down lane motion. She shouldn't have to worry about that. Let's see what she does here. See, that was left and left.
Leaving her the never-friendly 3-6-10.
Well, as we heard, the left lane is definitely starting to hook a little bit earlier. You can see they're already trying to make that move left.
So
Does not get this ball as
never
far
got right
right.
as 6.
That tracer is a great read. The closer it is to the tracer, you know you didn't get it as far right as you needed to.
Hate the spare.
You know, it's interesting. Verity is a Weber International product, as is Diana Zabialova. We're in Florida, not all that far from the Weber campus. When we were in the Midwest, we had nothing but McHenry people all over the place. And now, suddenly, we swing south and we have 2 Weber products on the program.
I think every week, the odds are you're going to have a college somebody or something somewhere.
Yeah, it has gotten so good, both the women's and men's sides. You're absolutely right. Ooh, look at that snap hook right into success.
See, that thing just, it looks like it's going about a foot too far down lane, and it's just finding a way to snap the 10 out.
PWBA title, the 2016 PWBA Lexington Open right there, a little south of Georgetown, Kentucky. And she threw 8 strikes, defeating Kelly Kulick in the title match.
And she had shorter hair.
Yes. I was on that call, though. I remember that specifically because that was her first title. She picked up a 2nd title last year in addition to her spot as
I didn't know she won Player of the Year. That's pretty cool.
And I think she really likes that title.
Yeah, that was
Has the same
identical to Verity's.
did on
That's not good.
Verity's last shot, that 3-6-10, and that left lane is getting snappy.
And you can hear her say push. She knew she got that one just a little bit left. Again, we're looking at that tracer, which I love.
And so I think
It's
Verity
there.
is, you know,
8,
she's just got to
9, they
move.
were getting it out
She's
to about
got to move
3,
left and
4,
move her break point
and
to the
she
right
went around
because
that
she's
one just
got
a little bit.
plenty of
This left lane is going
tilt,
to be, and this
plenty of
will be
rotation to
something
get it
we watch
back.
in the next matches.
Especially
You
since
know,
it seems like this pattern's
will the
hooking quite a bit.
the top
A lot
seed
more curve.
make them finish on the left or the right. That may play into how you want someone to finish the match.
Not a conventional way to make it, but just make it is all that matters.
So, what we got here? We got Verity needs to put a bundle together to have a chance
style.
here.
Just making it from the
Just
outside.
make it from anywhere, yeah. Just, you know what, at this point, it doesn't matter.
Absolutely.
It's better.
That's
There
the
we
best
go.
shot she's perhaps thrown in this match.
That's pretty good.
She desperate needs it. She's asking for a re-rack.
Right here, this is a big shot for her going
She
into
was-
the ninth frame.
she was
That's gonna
calling
set
re-rag
her
there no
up
matter
to
what.
Put some pressure on Bryanna, but right here you can see this is what we're looking for. That 3-4 board. Once they get it about right here, it's been going high on both lanes.
Verity's max right now at 221. And
That's ball
Bryanna
reaction.
at 255.
The ball to run the
max.
8-pin over like that. It's pretty sick.
Standing by, we just heard from her a few minutes ago, Jordan Richard, who can spin it.
That'll be an interesting one to cover because Jordan's got some rev rate. I'd like to see where her hand actually is. Ooh, she got the 10 out too.
On that 10.
That looked like it was going to be a flatty.
Out that, what you would call
That's
as
good.
a
Sets you up for a
light
chance,
10, right?
depending on
Or
what Bryanna
you
does.
would think is a flat 10.
Catch a
She
hole
just
out of
kicks that
Bryanna
baby
here
right
somewhere.
back.
You can put some major
Again,
pressure on her in the
right
10th.
Here, it's all about the angle. That ball comes in and just
I guess you got to
slaps
finish
that
last,
10
so it
back.
depends on what
That
Bryanna
is
does.
Great reaction.
She's going to go
It's
9th
all
and 10th
about
right here,
angle
so
and ball
we're just hoping
speed.
to get a chance here.
So the double cuts
Oh,
into
come on.
Cote's lead.
Give me a
Bryanna's
chance.
still in the
At least let me
driver's
throw
seat.
3 in the 10th to win, or have a chance to win.
Verity pushing back now in this foundation frame. Big shot here for Cote.
Ooh, that's left. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Ruh-roh, Raggy.
Saw a few of those over the last couple of days, Carolyn.
On the left lane, she got around it just a little bit, leaving the 3,
Ruh-roh,
6,
Raggy.
10 right here. We can.
What is that?
We hit about right there. As you know, when we got a little
not
bit
my
left,
computer.
just snapped through the pocket. 4-9, just a bad break, but definitely didn't get that one to the right. But both shots, I feel like she got around just a little bit.
She got around every shot. Her hand's on top of it. That's what happens. Oh, this is the spare of the week. Does she spare it?
And she covers
No.
one.
Can't be a spare a week.
And she's
Spare of the week
also
if she
asking
doesn't make
for
it.
a re-rack on that left-hand lane, as Verity did. So 20 pins to fill here.
Yeah, so any mark. She either needs 9 spare strike
A great
or
call,
strike any
because
spare.
After 4-9, the last two
Any
shots,
spare
3,
strike, I
6,
should say,
10,
or strike
4-9,
any spare.
I would take an extra second just to make sure of your game plan and
But if you're Verity, you got to feel
what
pretty good
and
here.
how you want to execute.
There's possibilities she
Well, that was
could,
the first
you know,
time she
9
did
spare
not
9, you
strike
got a
on
chance
the
to tie,
right-hand lane in
or
this
worse,
match.
9 spare
Correct.
8,
So
you got a chance to win.
she has. You mentioned 3, 6, 10.
At
in
least
the
you feel
last
like you're
meet.
kinda
She
in the
also
match
had an
now
8
instead
spare
of-
fourth when she went a little bit high.
Crap, I got
So-
no chance.
We bring you the graphic. It is easier written than done.
IQ Emerald. Oh, 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 Green Giant. And there's that flatty, flatty 2x4. Can't fit through the kitchen door.
Has to make this.
See, so the pressure's on. This is not a spare you want to shoot at when you need it. That's
Much
for sure.
better
Anything.
shot.
I don't really want to shoot at anything when I need it. I'd rather strike.
Right there, we're still looking at this area.
I'd rather need a strike than need a spare.
Keeps everybody
win.
right in the pocket. Comes in just a little bit flat. Believes herself. to
Which
make
is
a
exactly what she's going to need. If she spares this, she needs all 10. All 10 to win. Ugh.
First things first.
I'm the greatest. Or realist.
All right.
Nailed it.
A strike will shut Crawley out.
All right.
And a re-rack again. If she ends up with 9 here, Verity can punch out to tie. Less than 9, and Verity can steal this one.
Runaway Brooklyn here would be sweet. I just want some drama. Just get 9. Get 8. There we go. So that way we can see if Verity can run them out.
You can hear that re-rack happening now. So she has struck on this left lane in this match, but not in her last 2 shots. Strike to win this game.
Woo! No way.
Bryanna
Wow.
Cote will move on.
Wow.
A little gutter flirtation here.
But this is what you have to do on the shorter patterns. Watch this. Finally gets it way right. There we are again. Oops. I'm learning how to use this. But coming in light, and that was one of the best hits this week, and that's what all the
that
ladies
was
have said.
So
that was
Bryanna
interesting.
Cote finished 4th last week, is moving on with that victory.
Now you just throw all 3 in the 10th just to kick yourself in the
Verity
gut.
Crawley will take 5th. This will be her best finish so far. But you know there's more to come. She's just way too talented, way too good. So she's had
Yeah,
2
I didn't like
sixths,
that
this cut and a 5th
decision to go with
for
urethane
Verity
early.
Crawley, but to take on Jordan Richard in this match. Match number
But
2 coming up.
that's all right.
From the St.
So that's that. We are all set here. Run that out. All set here. That's match number 1. We're going to bring you match number 2, and we'll talk about Bryanna compared to Jordan Richard here in a little while. So stay tuned for match number 2, and we will see you guys next time.